Hey everybody, it's Emily at ARG Schooling, and welcome back to another episode of Homeschool Tidbits. We were on hiatus through December, but we're back now with a brand new tidbit. Today's episode is episode 39, The Case for Twaddle. In this weekly video series, I will delve briefly into a topic related to homeschooling, and I'll share some of my knowledge and expertise as a longtime homeschooling mother of 4 children. 3 of them have graduated high school and 1 who is a college graduate. Charlotte Mason is practically synonymous with the idea of living books. And by now, you most likely know what a living book is. We've discussed it at length in previous videos, but you can check out those videos if you want a refresher before continuing on with this video. So what is twaddle anyway? If a living book is great literature or well-written nonfiction, then twaddle must be the opposite. But what does that mean? Twaddle would describe a book that is maybe commercial fiction or that speaks down to a child. They're overly simplified or sometimes poorly written. A good example of twaddle would be books that are based on a favorite cartoon character, or stories that are full of potty humor, or nonfiction full of stilted writing that assumes a child cannot understand higher vocabulary and concepts. And now you might be thinking to yourself, well, yeah, those sound like things to avoid, so why make a case for reading twaddle? I'm about to get controversial here. There can be a lot of judgment amongst Charlotte Mason purists. For many of them, anything not used by Charlotte Mason herself over 100 years ago can fall into the category of twaddle. And the original meaning of twaddle can often get forgotten, and anything that a person deems unworthy of living book status could then be labeled as twaddle, based solely on their personal beliefs and tastes. I've even seen the idea, right, that if a book teaches non-Christian values, it should be deemed as twaddle, which, frankly, is not true. But here's the thing. By its nature, literature is subjective. Sure, there are some clearly defined parameters for what makes a book living and what makes a book twaddle. But within those parameters lies our own preferences. One person's favorite book is another person's twaddle. There will always be books that you decide are not worth your child's time or attention. Your reasoning will vary depending on your child's personality, your tastes, their reading tastes, your worldview. But does that automatically make those books twaddle? I don't think so. Twaddle is often described as being like junk food. And like too many sweets will give you a stomach ache. By that comparison, too much twaddle will be bad for your child's mind. I don't necessarily disagree with that sentiment. But I also don't think we should aim to completely eliminate twaddle from our child's reading. What we need instead is a healthy balance. All things in moderation. A cookie after supper isn't going to ruin your health, and therefore a twaddly read once in a while won't destroy your child's entire education. And some twaddle can even be good for budding readers. My kids definitely consumed a fair amount of twaddle as they became confident readers. I didn't police their reading choices at the library, and a fair amount of reading material that some people might label as twaddle came home with us. But to balance that, I chose a good amount of quality literature for us to read together. I also spent years building this massive home library brimming with living books. And over time, my children learned the differences between good and poor writing, and they gravitated toward the former. And so will yours. Most of us crave a mindless read once in a while, so why would we try to deprive our children of that? Particularly if we are requiring them to read challenging books for their education, we need to allow them to then decompress with an easy read here and there. When it comes to reading, We want to help our children to grow into confident and discerning readers. To do that, we need to allow them some freedom to make their own choices in reading material. Letting them have a free read of their choice once in a while will give them the opportunity to develop their own taste and the chance to learn the difference between good and poor writing. I promise that with time and your gentle guidance, they will learn to prefer living books to Twaddle. If you found this video helpful, I hope you'll check out Build Your Library curriculum. Build Your Library is a secular, literature-rich homeschool curriculum inspired by Charlotte Mason's philosophy of education. Based on nearly 20 years of homeschooling, I created the curriculum that I wish I'd had when I first started homeschooling my children. I have spent thousands of hours cultivating the best literature to enhance your child's studies. Our lesson plans make homeschooling simple. Just open them up, gather your books, and go. Our easy-to-use lesson plans include everything you need to homeschool. Just add math. Choose from our full-year K-12 levels, as well as fun topical unit studies and our newest product, Lit Bites. With Build Your Library, you will cultivate a home library filled with captivating literature, and you'll raise children who become lifelong learners. So snuggle up with our lesson plans and a good book or three and have your best homeschool year ever. Every month at Build Your Library, we host a giveaway. This month, we're giving away a free Lit Bite of your choice. There are a whole bunch of ways to enter, and one of them is a code. This month's code is Twaddle. I'm going to link more information down below in the description box so you can go and enter the giveaway. I hope you found this video to be helpful. Come back next week for more homeschooling inspiration. Until then, happy reading. Bye!